Everything is connected. There we go. Sometimes. Yes. So while everything is getting completely connected, welcome. I'm glad to see you. Let me go ahead and tell y'all what we're talking about today. So today, if you've been following along, you know that I took a job about 3 months ago now. Actually, mid-January, so January, February. Yeah, it's almost 3 months ago now. And since I've been there, I've noticed some things that are toxic about the job, things that are toxic about my coworkers, and also some things that have brought out some toxic behaviors in me. And if I really want things to be better, I have to take a radical ownership that I have a part to play. Um, I can't change everything, but I can change the things that I can control. So I know you probably don't want to hear that. You just want to be like, but their job is toxic and I don't want to deal with the rest of that. I totally get that. But I also think that it's a discussion, it's a conversation that we've been refusing to have. And I think if we have it, we can recognize that we have a lot more power and autonomy in our situation than we may realize at the moment. Um, Even for me, that's why I'm talking about it because it's presently happening. So sometimes it's not just them, sometimes it's our behaviors and our boundaries too. So that's a topic I want to talk about today. I want to hear your thoughts. But before we do that, let's go ahead and um, let's get warmed up. Let's get everybody welcomed. Make sure you get your drink, and we'll get started in about 90 seconds. Okay. That sounds good. I'll see you. We'll get started in just a minute. Ooh, that's okay. Something to enjoy. Happy Friday. Stickers up and ready. Okay, good. All right. So, all right. So, as we do every week, let's go ahead and start with celebrating our wins from the week. I hope that you have had an amazing week. I hope that you've taken some time for rest and fun, but we're going to talk about all of that. So, let's go ahead and get into it. So, the way that we start, take a second to think about what are some wins that you have had from this week. Um, and don't put any pressure on it to feel like, well, I haven't had any big wins, or It wasn't the win that I wanted. Like, take that pressure off of yourself and actually just see how much amazingness you've accomplished this week. Because I guarantee you have accomplished amazing things this week. So, take a second and drop those in the chat. And while you're doing that, I am going to take some time and celebrate and share a couple ones that I'm going to celebrate with you. First and foremost, y'all, it's Good Friday. Listen, I'm thankful for that. Because without Jesus, listen, I don't even know where I'd be right now. So if you celebrate Good Friday, happy Good Friday to you. Um, I got some good news today, and I did a happy dance, and then I said, "Come on, Jesus, you are alive." It made me quite happy. So, yes, I am celebrating Good Friday today, and I hope you are too. So that's win number one. Win number two, I did get some good news today. Remember, I told y'all that I had been, um, that a couple weeks ago, I had spoke with my OBGYN about hormone replacement therapy. And she and I finally had our follow up conversation today, which is so cool. And listen, I got some prescriptions today. Not all of them. One was out, but I'm excited to get that one too, and I'm excited to get them and start using them, um, and getting some relief some from these perimenopause symptoms that I've been getting. So yes, that is a huge, huge win. I did a happy dance multiple times this week. So I'm celebrating it. I'm so grateful for that. So that's win number two from this week. Win number three. This week, the way it fell, I had Tuesday and Wednesday off. Did I get that right? Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday off. Then I'm working Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then I get Sunday and Monday off. And I'm so excited about it. Um, because I was wanting some extra time off. So I'm celebrating how my days off have fallen. And I'm excited because it's now that we are fully staffed again, I could get back into a decent rhythm rather than always, us being so constricted with our schedule. So I'm really glad that I'm getting back to that too. So yes, those are my three wins that I am celebrating from this week. I would love for you to share your wins in the chat, or if you are watching on the replay, still share them in the comments. I love to celebrate your wins with you. We all need someone who's in our corner that's like, yes, that's amazing. And I want to celebrate you that way. So regardless of whether you're here to put it in the chat or whether you can put it in the comment section, I would love to celebrate you. Okay. So go ahead and drop those there. In the meantime, the next thing that I want to celebrate and make space for is reminding you that we, regardless of whether it's a holiday or a busy week or a slow week, we need to be intentional about making time for rest and fun. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more once we get into the topic for today. But as of right now, if you have taken time in the last 7 days between today and last Friday to schedule rest and fun, to prioritize it, to take 5 minutes to yourself, to take hour or however much time to yourself, especially because we know that as the strong one, as the get it done person, we know that we are way more inclined to put everybody else's needs before ours. But I want to celebrate you for putting your needs above theirs. Because guess what? Theirs are going to get taken care of, but usually we're a lot more over responsible for other people's needs than ours. So I want to celebrate at least the people who are a part of this community. I'm not saying everybody in the world is that way, but the people who are a part of this community know that they tend to uh, to be selfless to a fault. And I want to shift that. And so I want to give you a sticker. I want you to poke your chest out for taking some time to prioritize time and rest for you, knowing that you're still going to show up for other people, because when you do get time, when you do get rest and fun, you give it out. It overflows to the other people around you. And so I want to give you a sticker for doing such a for prioritizing you and the way that you claim it. You just go ahead and put hashtag STICK in the chat or in the comment section if you're following or if you're watching this by the replay. Kina, howdy to you as well. Happy Friday, beautiful. It's so good to see you. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. We were just to the part of we just finished celebrating some wins. So if you have some wins to celebrate, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Yes, it is Good Friday. Happy Good Friday. I just celebrated that because I was like, listen, Jesus has been showing up. That we're gonna talk about that today too. But yes, happy Good Friday. And then also, if you are claiming a sticker from this, we can go ahead and put hashtag sticker in the chat so that I can put it in our spreadsheet. So that's where we're at so far. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the spreadsheet right now. Screen. My rest and fun this week. I had a really, was it? Yes, it was this week. My weeks feel weird because my off days are during the middle of the week. But oh, yes, because we went on Tuesday. Yeah, we went to dinner on Tuesday. I had a fun date this week, which was really fun, and we went to Korean barbecue, which was really tasty. I hadn't eaten that much meat at one time in a long time. Is anybody else like that? When you have meat after a while, did I have the did I have the meat sweats that night? Oh, I think I did. Now that I think about it, because I don't think I slept that well that night, but I slept so much better yesterday. So yeah, but it was tasty. I just paid for it later. Okay. Let me. I forgot to. Did I share the screen? I did. I'm sharing. I think I'm sharing the screen. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Kina said wins. I organized my garden. Oh, that's lovely. If you get a chance, send me a picture. I would love to see. The weather was nice today. It is so. Listen, I'm like spring is coming, or spring is technically here because it started the day before my birthday. But I'm so happy that it's here. Kina, when do the cherry blossoms start for you guys? Did I miss it already? Is it right now? It might have started already, huh? But I love that about your garden. That's beautiful. What are you growing right now? I would love to hear about it. Um, And then if you are claiming a sticker today, remember go ahead and put hashtag sticker in the chat. And even once I take the spreadsheet off the screen, I will still go back and add a sticker if you're coming in late or if you're joining on the replay, because you deserve it. And I'm not going to hold back on the sticker now. I'm going to make sure you get what you need. Okay? Yes. Make sure I'm taking good care of you. Okay. So let me see. Yes, the blossoms popped. Yay! I really need to make it up to DC. I've never come up. I don't know that I've been to DC as an adult. I heard it's nice. I heard it's a whole vibe. I've never, don't be mad at me, but I've never been intrigued to come to DC. I should. I probably should, but I've never been. Maybe I need to come celebrate when the orange man is out of office. You know? Kina said, I gave up bison and pasta for Lent. Now I'm about to make bison tomato sauce with spaghetti. That sounds nice. That sounds really nice. I don't know that I've ever bought bison. Do you still, is it ground bison? Is that how that works? Listen, I love that you always come with a new recipe that I have never seen or tried, girl. I'm so into it. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna take the spreadsheet down. Oh, I didn't give myself my sticker. I'm sorry. Give my sticker today, and if we have anybody else claiming a sticker today, the Easter Bunny is here, but it also could have been a cross. But you know, all of all is fair. We'll use the cross next time. Cause listen, it's Jesus Day every day. The Easter Bunny, he only get one day. Yes. Okay. So, let me see. Let me get back to my other window. Yes, crown bison. Interesting. I'm intrigued. You know I want to try it now. I know that what I think Ted's makes bison burgers. I feel like I've had it before, but not often enough to remember it or to remember the nuance of flavor compared to like a regular burger, a hamburger, a burger. So that's interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out, Keenan. I love when you bring up some new stuff. Yes. Okay, cool. So keep telling me your wins if you have any more. I'm always down to celebrate your wins. And then, as I was saying today, today's topic is, and I wanted to make the title around this why I keep ending up in toxic jobs. Because I know so many of us can relate to being in a toxic job. And the other thing that I was processing um, as I was processing this is that while the job has some responsibility, like the company has some responsibility, but my coworkers have some responsibility and I have some responsibility in it. And if we each took our part of the responsibility, that is what would make things better. And I'm also saying like I'm not trying to change people. I'm not waiting for anybody to change, but I'm going to take responsibility for my part. And you're probably like, well, what the hell is your part in a toxic work environment? We're going to talk about it. That's what we're going to talk about it. Kina said, yes, Ted's is the best for bison. You know what? There's actually a Ted's right across the parking lot at work. And I haven't been over there yet. Maybe the next time they offer to buy us lunch, I might say, "Hey, can we, y'all? Let's do lunch from Ted's." We've done Super Chicks and we've done Hobnob. Um, I didn't like Super Chicks. Everybody else kind of liked Super Chicks. I didn't like Super Chicks. And Hobnob, what I got from Hobnob, I had tuna and avocado with fresh potato chips. The potato chips were a little not soft, like because they're fresh. They didn't last too long, but they were okay. But the tuna and the avocado was pretty good. So there's that. But yeah, I need to make it over to Ted's to see how I like that vibe. So how do you like your bison burger? Do you do it with like, you know, I'm not gonna do cheese, but do you do like mushrooms and onions? Do you do bacon? Do you like a certain sauce? Like I want to know, like, how do you dress it, and do you dress it the same way as your certain stuff? Is it Worcestershire? Listen, you know the foodie in me starts coming out, and I want to know all the details. So let me know. Let me know. Okay. So this topic about um, being in a toxic work environment and our responsibility in it. Now, there are definitely some toxic things about the company that I found. Don't get me wrong, I like the job, I'm grateful for it. And yet, their direction, their SOPs, their way of communicating what it looks like to be successful in the position is as clear as mud. I mean, absolute mud, okay? That's the part for me, the number one like flag for me that makes a job toxic because that means since you don't have any clear yes or no directives of what shows if I'm being successful or not, that means you're leaving it to the whim of my manager, depending on how they are that day, whether they're in a bad mood, a good mood, or any and everything in between, or their own biases for that matter. And so many companies do that. They think that they are making it easy for you to show up. Instead, what they're doing is they're setting you up for failure because like, there's no clear statement of what success looks like to be able to say yes or no. Just like you should be able to have that kind of clarity with ourselves because clear is kind, as Brene Brown says it. Our companies don't recognize the way that they're trying to be kind to us is not kind, which is sad. So that's the that's the toxicity that I have clearly noticed in my first couple months. Like we had a fire alarm be tripped and not be like we had a heart we couldn't get it off. I was running around for 35 minutes trying to get this alarm off, and there was no directive of who to call, what their phone number was, what to tell them. They didn't know what to do on their end, and when the fire alarm finally went off, it just went off by accident, and I was like, how is this? How have y'all been a national company for this long, and nobody's wrote an SOP about this? I mean, maybe in the old days, you didn't have the wherewithal to do that, or you didn't have the time. But in the days of now, where we got AI, and I could even get AI to write an SOP for my company, how does this massive company not have SOPs for a fire alarm? So I was like, oh, okay. And that was just like one example. There's been examples around like what makes us successful in our position, um, what makes you promotable, which is always clear as mud, which makes me so sad. I need y'all to get more clear on this. So, listen, when I say that there is responsibility on our part, I'm not saying to take their responsibility. Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying at all. Okay? A job can still be a toxic work environment, and our responsibility looks different than that. And that's our responsibility in that we have to be careful that we don't leach over into the toxic side as well. So, that being said, let me get back to my next point. So, I noticed some toxic things about the job, but then I also noticed some toxic things about my coworkers. My coworker said to me, "You know what? Did you see? Let me give you a comparison. Did you see on Instagram the woman? Crap, I can't think of her name, but I can see her face. Her big brown eyes. She's the creator of Abbott's Elementary. I can't think of her name right now, but she just did an article about being the bubbly black woman, and how people get annoyed with the bubbly black woman because they they're used to being bitter and angry and all the things all the time. And pretty much my coworker was like, "Yeah, like you are the bubbly black woman." And she's like, "You know what? I'm not saying don't be like that. It's actually like a cool thing. It's just the rest of us are bitter." And I was like, "Well, damn, when you put it like that." And actually, when she said it, I was like, "You're right." Like, I could feel the difference, but I hadn't been able. Yes, Keena Brunson. Thank you. Thank you, Keena. Um, and I could feel it, but I hadn't been able to put words to it. Man, it's hard to be it's kind of hard to be the only, at least happy. You don't even have to be bubbly, but happy Black woman, um, or just person in your job environment. Again, I know being, I'm not saying be fake happy. Like, I'm not even saying be happy about the job, but happy about what, for whatever reason you took it. Y'all know I didn't take this job because I'm trying to like climb some corporate ladder. I could care less. I took this job because I am working on my business, because I needed nervous system regulation, because I needed more income, because I wanted the ability to make more ways to serve you guys. Even if I'm not happy about the toxic work environment, I'm still going to show up happy about all of those other things, because no matter what, that's what this job is providing for me. And it's a shift, it's a reframe in perspective. And I'm saying that right now, but I also have to tell you that's not necessarily the easiest place to get to. Because, and for a little bit, like my coworkers' negativity was starting to pull me down. Like it really was. And what made it worse was that I reached out to um like our boss. We have like a team of bosses, but I reached out to our boss that everybody says is like the best person to talk to. Like if something is happening, talk to him. And I reached out to him and he was just as negative as everybody else, and I was like, "Oh, like that was not at all what I was asking for." And I had to have a little talk with Jesus. I had to tell him all about my troubles, because he hears my faintest cry and he answered by and by. Okay, I'm done. Um, but yeah, I had to be like, Jesus, like, what am I supposed to do with this? Because I understand why so many of us are burnt out. This is part of it. Like even when we try to go in with positivity, we got, it's not just us holding up our own positivity. It's not just us trying to avoid our own burnout. We have to deal with the overflow effects of other people's trash in the midst of it and trying to figure out how to navigate that. And I was like, I I have planned to be in this job for 3 years. I need this not to spiral. I need this negativity not to spiral. I need to not feel bogged down by this for the time period that I'm planning to be here, or else I'm not going to last. And I also don't want to be jumping from job to job either. Like, yeah, I need to spend my energy on my business, not looking for a new job. And so I was like, Jesus, like, what are we going to do? How are we going to handle this? And as I was thinking about that, his question to me was like, but what exactly is causing, because I on my days off, I was having anxiety. And he's like, well, what exactly is causing your anxiety? Like, I need you to sit still with yourself and ask, what about it is causing the anxiety? And what's funny is I've been listening to Think Like a Monk from Jaiyé. Um, I didn't love the book. I felt like I didn't hate it either. I didn't hate it, but um, he had a lot of patriarchal perspective, because he is a man. Even if he's a person of color, he's still a man. Um, but Jesus did use that particular spot in the book to help me like put words to what I was struggling with at work. And putting words to what you're struggling with is the absolute first way to start overcoming it. Because if you don't even know how to put it into words, that means you haven't brought what's bothering you from the crap. I just brain farted with a part of this brain. the part of the brain is, but this is the subconscious part of your brain into the full consciousness of your brain. If you haven't figured out how to put into words, you haven't given that kind of substance. Back here, it's still smoke, it's still flying around. But when you bring it to the front of your mind and you're able to put it in the words, now you've put substance to it so you can actually attack it. You can actually deal with it. You can actually grasp it and decide what you're going to do next, right? So, what what that conversation, what that book pointed out to me, or what Jesus pointed out to me through that book in that moment, was that the reason I was feeling anxiety is because I didn't trust them. Even though I left my job, I would get home and I would think about what kind of toxicity is going to be happening when I got back. And it was very interesting that when I was able to finally put words to the fact that I didn't trust my coworkers, it was almost like the permission to not feel like I needed to trust you. I'm a friendly person, believe it. You all would believe that, but I'm also an unfriendly person, okay? I'm friendly when I want to be. And I think I was feeling obligated to be friendly. And then when I realized I don't trust y'all suckers no way, I still go in there happy, but I save my energy for me. Um and so what does that look like? Like before, I would be like, how's your day? How was your weekend? And I still do it a little bit, but not to the same extent. Like when everybody is kikiing, I might go over there for a little while, but our store is big enough that I can go introvert on the other side of the store in my merry little place with my phone or whatever I'm doing, or I could just people watch out of the window and create that space for me while there's no clients in the store. Of course, when there's clients in the store, that's different. But I don't have to. I'm not at this job to show up for them. I'm getting paid regardless. I'm at this job to show up for clients, and our working together doesn't have to be like this. It just has to work. Um, yeah. So that it's one of those things that you know how you know something, but you forget how to behave, how to change your intentional behavior to do that way. Because I knew, I was like, this is just for what it is. But the ambitious part of me went up in this job and was like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. Let me show up in this way. Let me do that. Let me do this. I got to learn this quick. I got to hit the ground running. And then when I realized I didn't trust them, I was like, I don't need to be ambitious for this place. I could save my ambition for my own job. Is that crazy? Like, it's just a different way of thinking about it that I've never thought that way about a job. I've always felt like I need to go in and do my absolute best. Now it's like, I mean, yeah, but I don't have to feel this. I'm not driven by it. Like, it's not, yeah, I'm going to show up and be my best because it's who I am. And yet, I don't have to give you my best. Honestly, you're not paying me for my best. I'm going to give you good. I'm gonna do a good job, but I don't have to give you my best. And I don't. Mm, Let me say it a different way, because I think there's a part of us that trying to put into our mind that I'm not. If we know that our character is to show up in excellence, and I don't like that term black excellence, so that's not what I'm saying. But we know that our character is to show up and be fully who we are, and in that is excellence. To say that I'm not going to do that, that feels like I'm stepping out of my character. So instead, what I had to see in my mind was that I'm still going to show up and be my best self, but I don't have to overgive. I don't have to give all of myself to be that. And I know I don't have to give all of myself to be my best self, but I've been pushed to feel like I do. And so I had to create. Now, granted, none of these people have asked for any of that. All of this has been the internal conversation in myself. And this is why I say we have to be careful, or we have to take our own responsibility in the conversation of toxicity at work. Because if I overextend myself, if I overgive myself, if I let myself be consumed by work, and then I get mad at them for letting myself be consumed by work, that part of the toxicity wasn't them. They had their own toxicity. But me telling myself that I had to overgive to be respected, to be seen, to be, even just to show up, that was my own toxicity that I was giving. And if I wanted to change that so that this doesn't burn me out, I had to create that my own boundary with myself, because I don't want I don't want to overgive to them. I want to give them what the money they put, like, their money's worth. I want to give them their money's worth. And then I want to save the rest for me and my job and my business and my clients and my passions and my dreams and my goals and my things that I want to go after. And yes, they have their own toxicity. They got their own bullshit, and my coworkers as well. But if I'm so consumed by focusing on giving the majority of my energy to myself and what is important to me, then I'm making space for me to stay in my character, for me to stay my best self, for me to be productive there, but to also have the energy and the passion to still show up on this. One of my favorite, it's not a meme, but one of my favorite, like, pictures, I'll call it a meme, okay? On Instagram, it's a picture of The Rock, and he's saying, um, crap. It says, I don't know it. I don't remember it verbatim right now, but it says, uh, your job is not too hard. It's that you're giving all your energy to your job and you not making any time for your dreams. I wish I had that in front of me. It just popped in my mind, or else I would have had it prepped. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Um, The Rock, dreaming over job. Let me see if I don't know if that's gonna be the right text to get it to come up, but I'm gonna put it. Look, that's what. Listen, it came up immediately. It says, okay, I paraphrase it. Here's what it actually says. Okay, actually, here, let me share my screen so you can see it. Share screen. There we go. Um, Let me fix this so I can make sure you see it. Okay, good. All right. So what it actually says is, don't work 8 hours a day for someone else's company, then go home and not work on your own goals. You're not tired, you're uninspired. And it's so easy to get uninspired because we have let our job consume us rather than having good boundaries and saying, listen, I'm going to give you your money's worth, but you're not getting all of me. It's not even worth giving you all of me. And I specifically, me personally, took this job to not give it all of me. I wanted a job that didn't even try to ask for all of me, and it doesn't. It actually leaves so much space for me to do the things that are important to me. So for me to be in a space where I was over giving was nobody's fault but mine. And I needed to take responsibility for that if I wanted to change it. So, yes, when I say that there's, we have responsibility about our own toxicity, that's what I mean. Now, are you going to come for me? You going to cut me at the knees and tell me I'm a lie? I mean, I wouldn't be mad because I believe the conversation is part of it. Um, I believe the conversation is healing. And this is the conversation that I had with myself. But I also know that not a lot of us, we talk about the toxicity of the work environment. But let's be honest, out of the three things that I just named around toxicity, I named the toxic work, the toxic company, I named the toxic coworkers, and I named our own toxicity. Out of those three, which of those three do we have control over? We do not have control over the toxic work company unless you quit it and go somewhere else. We do not have control over, excuse me, the toxic coworkers, again, unless you quit and go somewhere else. But we do have control over our own toxicity. And that has been enough to give me some immediate relief. Immediate, like I went from these past 2 days that I had off this week having anxiety and coming back to work and feeling so much better. Now, here's the other thing. When I tell you Jesus was talking to me about this week, Keena said facts. Um, I went to the gym and I love the gym that I go to. I go to the gym in Fayetteville, and I love it because out of the different Planet Fitnesses that I've tried, this one has a community orient, like a community vibe from the people who go there. They say hello to each other, they wave to each other, they give each other high fives and fist bumps, and like it's just a vibe. It makes you want to know the people in the gym, and it's no pressure, you know. So I was talking to one of my new friends that I've met at the gym, Lord, Vicky and Jeanette. Oh, so I was talking to Jeanette, okay? Lord, forgive me if I got it wrong, because I'm pretty sure it's Jeanette, and Vicky was her friend. So I was telling, she asked me how was work, and I was like, well, and this was after my 2 days off, and I told you I had been feeling anxiety about work. So I said, well, and she's like, oh no, what's that mean? And I said, well, I've just realized that while I come in with a really positive vibe, not everybody comes with a positive vibe. And she was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna need to tell you this story. And so she tells me this story about how when she likes to get on the elevator, she likes to push all of the buttons on the elevator because if some crazy person gets on, she can wait until it's a floor with a lot of people to get off so that she's not getting off, so that she's not being followed off the elevator in a place where she's by herself. So, but she said, you know what? After I started thinking about the context of this elevator, she said, you know what? I want to be the elevator. I want to be, someone is trying to get in my elevator and they're looking for a button to push. They want to push my button in some kind of way that gets me riled up. And I want to be the elevator that doesn't have any buttons for them to push. So that all they could do is go to whatever floor I take them to. So if I take them to the joy floor, that's all they got. But they can't push a button and take me to my lowest low or my highest high or any floor in between. I want to have control over the buttons. And I was like, you know what? I received that. And I actually thought about that morning when I went to work. I thought about her. That was yesterday. I haven't seen her today because I don't go to the gym on Friday. But I was like, I want to tell her about that. I want to tell her that I remembered when she said that, and it was very helpful. And I thank Jesus for it because I love when He speaks through amazing humans, and she has been such an amazing human to have met and made friends with. So, yes, I hope that that's helpful. I hope that it gives you some perspective. I hope that it helps you feel empowered. It helped me feel empowered to know, even though there's two out of the three things in that equation that I can't control. I can't control the company And it honestly is a decent company, but no company is without toxicity, okay? Let's just be real. There is no perfect company and there's no perfect people. And that's why there's no perfect company, because there's no perfect people. And so if I'm just being honest with them with that, I don't have control over those things, but the thing that I do have control over is me. So if I can control my toxicity, at least I'm not letting people take me to one floor or another that I don't want to go to. And I can still come in and be my fullest self without over giving my capacity and really saving myself to be inspired, to be excited, to be bubbly and happy about all of the things that this money that this job is giving me, that it's allowing me to build. My happiness and my joy has nothing to do with what the hell is going on in that job. None of it. Honestly, I mean, I want us to make our goals, but am I going to die? No, not at all. So, yes, again, I hope it gives you autonomy. I hope it gives you peace. I hope it helps you feel empowered in the same way that it has helped me. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about today. Um, so yeah, now it's time to wind down for the weekend. Um, and I hope that over this holiday weekend, regardless of whether you um, celebrate Easter or not, that you are taking some time to do these three things starting right now. Okay. So, first thing that we do to wind down for the weekend is we look at our devices, look at your phone, look at your iPad, look at your laptop, and see how many windows can you close. Listen, I've been little by little opening windows, and I'm like, I gotta start finishing some things. There's some old windows that have been open, and I'm like, you know what? I got to get rid of them. It's time to bookmark them and get rid of them. So do that for the tabs open on your computer, and also do that for your email. Ooh, which let me tell you, I also have switched from ChatGPT to Claude. Claude can do amazing things, y'all. Did you know there is a Claude for Chrome extension that you can go into and say, hey, Claude, I need you to update, I need you to pull information from this web page and put it in this field in this document and this, like it will go to all of the web pages and do all of those things for you. So one of my next things I'm going to have it do is I'm going to have it go and organize my email for me so that I can get back down to inbox zero so I don't have to do it myself. So let me tell you, Claude is my new favorite buddy. Okay. If you haven't tried Claude, it can be a little overwhelming because it has way more. ChatGPT is a lot more like beginner intermediate. Claude is either intermediate to advanced and like beyond. But if you're starting a business, Claude, like ChatGPT is like your bestie that knows some stuff and can help you. Claude is like your mentor and your assistant all in one. Like, it's that good. So, just a resource if you need some help. Um, if you need some help getting through your email like I do. Okay, so that's step number one to wind down is to close some tabs. Let me see. Listen, I have so many tabs to close right now. Let's close that one I just opened with the rock. Um, let's close that one. That's two, three. Ugh, see, I need this one. I'm not done with it yet. I need to save this stuff so I can come back to it. So that was three that I closed. Um, let's close this. That's four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Okay, look at me. Close nine tabs right now. Let me see. I can close this one. That's 10, 11, 12. I closed 12 tabs. Not ready to close those. Not ready to close these either. Yeah, I had a lot of things that I've been working on this week. Ooh, Claude helped me do my P&L for my business too, my profit and loss for my business. So that was nice too. Claude can do some amazing things. Okay. So yes, um, I closed 12 windows today. If you want to share, let me know how many windows you closed too. Okay. Kina said I closed 10 tabs, staying away from regenerative regenerative AI as much as possible. Hey, I understand. Whatever works for you. Um, honestly, I would not be able to keep up with the needs of my business without help right now. And I get it. Especially after the conversation with chat around ChatGPT versus Claude, that was the other reason why I switched. So I already wanted to switch to Claude, but when I heard about how Claude took a stand against the government and not being able to, and not allowing them to just do what they want with the information, whereas ChatGPT decided that they were just going to be trash and let it happen. Yeah, I canceled my membership on ChatGPT and switched to Claude. So I get it. It is definitely something to take a stand on. It's something to be educated about. Um, and Morgan DeBond has a membership that will help you learn how to leverage it and really just understand the ins and outs of AI so that we can stay up to date because it's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with. Um, but yeah, that's a resource that I haven't bought the membership, but I have bought a workshop from her that was super helpful for me. So just putting that out there. Okay, so step number two for winding down for the weekend is to decide what's your fun meal going to be this weekend. Now, um, I am off Sunday and Monday, so off Easter and Monday. I think on Sunday, so I have a date on Sunday. He hasn't told me where we're going yet. We talked about going to play pool, but I'm not sure that the pool hall is going to be open on Sunday. And I'm sure we're going to eat as well. I don't know where we're going to eat. The other day he made jerk chicken, so he might want to grill out. I don't get grilled food that often, so I wouldn't be mad if he did. I really did want. When he said he was making grilled chicken the other day, I was like, "Ooh, I want to come get some right now," but I didn't. I was like, "We'll just wait," because it's also our first. It's our first date, so just wait. But yeah, so that's gonna be my fun meal for the weekend, and then I believe on Monday, I don't have my days together. On Monday, I'm supposed to go on a different date to the movies. I got a excuse me. I got a lot of fun activities going on this weekend, and then Tuesday is a different date as well. So yeah, I've been out there touching grass. Y'all look at me. I'm out there touching grass. Um, thank you. I hope all three dates are good. It's three different people. Um, and I've just been, yeah, meeting new people and being like, see who shakes out. Right now, there's one that's like he's trying to hold on strong, but it's still not. It's not been that long. It's only been like a couple weeks, so we'll see. We will see. You know how that goes. But until there's one officially holding strong, I'm gonna keep going on dates with new people because I don't need to slow down the momentum. I'm like, let me get through the quantity quickly so that I can finally find the quality. That's what I'm working on right now. So yes. Okay. So yeah, the next thing, oh, so yes, that was our fun meal, and I guess I already moved into fun activity, so I wrapped all of that together. So you want to figure out your fun meal and your fun activity. Kina said, "I'm doing chili and tacos this weekend." Ooh, that sounds good. I haven't had chili in a while. Some chili with some good cornbread. Listen, let me tell you, for my birthday, my best friend's husband made cornbread. He makes the absolute best homemade cornbread. Like he has perfected it. He let me bring home 5 pieces of cornbread. Let me tell you, that cornbread is gone in 2 days. Ooh, are you making bison chili or are you just making like regular chili? That sounds interesting. Mmm. You got me intrigued. But yes, chili and tacos. That sounds good. Did you buy? How does that? I guess you could. Where do you even buy bison? You gotta find a good butcher, I would imagine, because I don't. You can't just get it out the grocery store, can you? Girl, don't give me the lion. You see how much I don't know. Bison chili. It is bison chili. Okay, good. That was what I was trying to figure out. It sounds real good, real good. So let me see. Yes, with jalapeno. Okay, I ain't mad at that. Listen, I love some pickled jalapenos. You know what is that other one? I'm not a huge pepper person, but there's another pepper. It's like neon chartreuse green, kind of small, wrinkled. It's really good on sandwiches. It's really good on. They have them at Panera. Peppercorn. Maybe it's peppercorn peppers. I don't know, but I like them. I like those too. Um. So yeah, I also went to Costco, and they have this pho that it's set up like ramen. So all you got to do is like add water, but it's got like an aromatic pack in it and the dried or yeah, like the freeze dried vegetables. It is delicious. Like I was like, this comes from a packet. This is the best. This is. I didn't expect it to be that good. I really didn't expect it to be that good. So I'm gonna have some of that this weekend, maybe even tonight. So yeah. Um, Keena said Safeway, Giant, Wegmans, Whole Foods sells bison. Okay, we don't have a Safeway, a Giant, or a Wegmans down here. That's above the Mason-Dixon line. But we do have a Whole Foods. That's good to know. So I have to. Yes, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. All right, y'all. So we celebrated our wins from the week. We gave out some stickers. We talked about our topic today. We did our wind down for the weekend. We've done all the things. Tell me, how you feeling right now? Is there anything else? I always just love to check in just a little bit. Usually we'll get to the check-ins during the conversation, but I'm just gonna put it out there one last time. Let me know, okay? As always, please, um, make time for rest and fun. I know that you are so passionate about being selfless, about taking care of everybody, about keeping the world afloat. But I'm here to make sure you stay afloat, and not just stay afloat. Like I'm here to make sure you thrive. And so, while you're reminding everybody else to drink their water and do their stuff, I'm over here reminding you to drink your water and take good care of you. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Please make sure you take care of you. And empowered, yes, stay empowered. And if you enjoyed this topic and you're looking for some intentional ways to create a life of letting go, of creating a new relationship with how you serve people, how with selflessness. And I'm using these words because it reminds me of Jay Shetty's book. Like he says the purpose of life is to be selfless. And I said that's absolute bullshit because I know a whole bunch of women who are selfless and don't feel fulfilled because they have overgiven. And that was the patriarchy side of listening to his book. I don't want that to be you. I don't want you to give so much that there is nothing left of you to even give, that you have overgiven. I don't want that. My listen, my mission in life is to make sure you're thriving and that whatever you give away comes in your overflow, is given in your overflow, not because you felt like you had to be selfless. Fuck being selfless, okay? That's what I got to say. Okay, that was my last little public service announcement. Oh, what I was saying is that if you want help with making that shift intentionally from being selfless to actually being empowered and not over responsible, not over giving, um, then I would love for you to consider joining Jaiyé with Rashidat. Um, and if you are interested, it's at let me give you the link. Also, you could just come over to Instagram and have a chat with me. Let's talk about where you're at, what you're working on, what feels like it's working, what feels like it's absolutely not working, and we'll come up with a plan to help you make this shift. There it is. There's the link on the screen. It's also down in the description, so you can go ahead and click on it there. Um, but yes, that being said, thank you so much for joining me for happy hour this week. I look forward to seeing you next week. And I'll see you right here. Have a wonderful listen. Let me put my outro music on so we could go out with a vibe. And I'll see you next week. You know what? I can't even hear it. Here we go. Let me see. Yes, empowered. Kina, enjoy your rice and chili and all the advice that you love this weekend. It was absolutely delicious. Have a great evening, Kina. Always good to see you, my friend. Yes. Listen, I'm like all the way down. I'm here for it.